Welcome to Language Lounge, your go to spot to make English easy, fun, and unforgettable. Long time no see, but we are back, and it's time to tackle the third type of pronoun with fresh energy. Let's dive in with a little story, the talent show mystery. The student who could do backflips while playing the violin was the star of the school talent show. Her name was Tia, and she had a cousin whom nobody had ever seen until that night. Tia brought a strange suitcase that made mysterious ticking noises. Inside was a robot wearing sunglasses, and it danced better than most humans. The robot, which was built by Tia's cousin, totally stole the spotlight, and even the principal's hat. No one knew the identity of the cousin whose invention amazed the crowd. But one thing was clear, it was a performance they would never forget. The story is almost complete, but it needs you to fill in the blanks. Are you ready? First one, the student blank space could do backflips while playing the violin, amazed the entire audience. Based on the passage, we are referring to the student performing the action. The correct word is who, as it refers to a person, the student. Second one, her name was Tia and she had a cousin, blank space, nobody had ever seen. Here we are talking about a person, the cousin. The correct word is whom, as it is the object of the verb seen. Third one, Tia brought a suitcase, blank space, made mysterious ticking noises. We are referring to a thing, the suitcase. The correct word is that, as it refers to a specific object in a restrictive clause. Fourth one, inside was a robot, blank space, wore sunglasses and danced better than most humans. The robot is a thing, even though it's a machine with characteristics. The correct word is which, as it's a non restrictive clause giving more information about the robot. Fifth one, the robot, blank space, was built by Tia's cousin, became the highlight of the show. The sentence provides additional information about the robot. The correct word here is which, as it adds non essential information about the robot. Sixth one, no one knew the cousin, blank space, invention had wowed the crowd. We are showing possession here, referring to the cousin's invention. The correct word is whose, as it indicates ownership. Seventh one, it was a performance, blank space, they would never forget. We are referring to the event, and the word that works because it refers to a specific thing, the performance, in a restrictive clause. Did you spot the special words in the blanks? Ever wondered how we make our sentences flow effortlessly? Say hello to relative pronouns, the hidden connectors that tie everything together. But what exactly are relative pronouns? Relative pronouns are words that connect or link parts of a sentence, often giving more information about a noun. They help combine two sentences or clauses into one, making writing smoother and more natural. A relative pronoun connects a dependent clause, also called a relative clause, to a main clause and refers to a noun mentioned earlier in the sentence. In short, they tell us which person, place, thing, or idea we are talking about and give extra details about it. Now, let's take a look at the full family of relative pronouns, from the common to the compound ones. Ready to discover the power of these sentence connectors? Let's break it down. Common relative pronouns. These are your go-to connectors: who, whom, whose, which, that. Compound relative pronouns. And these are the extra special ones that add even more depth: whoever, whomever, whosever, whichever, whatever, what. Today, we are zeroing in on common relative pronouns. Let's start with the first one and break down how it works and when to use it. Let's start with who. So, when do we use who? Well, who is used for people. But here's the cool part. It actually acts as the subject of the relative clause. That means who is the one doing the action in that part of the sentence. For example, let's look at this sentence. The girl who won the contest is my sister. In this case, who is referring to the girl. And guess what? She is the one who did the action. She won the contest. Now, let's break down the sentence to really understand how who works in action. Sentence: the girl who won the contest is my sister. Main clause: the girl is my sister. This is the main part of the sentence. It stands alone and gives us the core idea. We know this is a complete thought. Relative clause: who won the contest? This part gives us more details about the girl. It's adding extra information that helps us understand which girl we are talking about. It starts with the relative pronoun who. Action: won the contest. This tells us what's happening in the relative clause. It's the action the girl is doing. Who did the action? The girl. Notice how who refers back to the girl. In this case, she is the one doing the action, winning the contest. Alright, moving on to the next relative pronoun, whom. Now, when do we use whom? Well, whom is also used for people, just like who. But here's the key difference. Whom acts as the object of the verb or the preposition in the relative clause. For example, let's take the sentence. The author whom we invited to speak is very famous. In this case, whom refers to the author. But notice that the action is done to them. They are the recipient of the action. We invited them. Tip: if you can replace whom with him or her, then whom is the right choice. For example, we invited him. Whom we invited? Let's break down the sentence and understand how whom works. Sentence: the author whom we invited to speak is very famous. Main clause: the author is very famous. This is the main part of the sentence. It's the core idea that could stand alone as a complete thought. Relative clause: whom we invited to speak. This part adds extra information about the author. It tells us who we are talking about and why the author is important. The clause begins with whom, showing the connection to the person being described. Action in the relative clause: invited to speak. This is the action happening in the relative clause. It explains what's being done to the author. The author is being invited to speak. Who did the action? We did the action. In this case, we are the ones doing the action of inviting. Whom refers to the author, who is the object of the verb invited. The author is the one receiving the action, not doing it. Tip: use whom when the person is receiving the action, the object of the verb. Use who when the person is doing the action, the subject of the verb. I hope today's discussion on who and whom was thorough and helpful. In our next video, we will dive into whose, which, and that. Plus, we will have some fun hands-on exercises to practice what we have learned. If you have any questions or queries, don't hesitate to drop them in the comments below. Before you leave, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let us know if this video helped you by commenting below. See you in the next video. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and take care. Bye for now.